Hello students. In the previous classes you have learned about the classification of the first three kingdoms in detail. In this video I'll give you an outline of classification of kingdoms Plantae and Animalia. In the coming chapters you will be studying about these kingdoms in detail. So first we do with the kingdom Plantae, the kingdom of multicellular producers. The plant kingdom includes all multicellular chlorophyll containing eukaryotic organisms which are aquatic or terrestrial in their habitat. There are some plants which are parasitic and insectivorous, also feeding on insects. So heterotrophic ones are also there. The plant body is simple, thalloid in the lower groups, but it is differentiated into root, stem and leaves in the higher groups of plants. Cell wall is there, which is made of cellulose, and the plant cells have the eukaryotic structure with a prominent chloroplast. The reproduction results in the formation of embryo. So the life cycle has two distinct phases, the sporophytic and the gametophytic phases. The sporophytic phase is the diploid phase and the gametophytic phase is the haploid phase. The two phases alternate with each other in the life cycle. The kingdom Plantae includes algae, bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms and angiosperms. The next is the kingdom Animalia, the kingdom of all multicellular consumers. The members of this kingdom are multicellular, aquatic or terrestrial, heterotrophic eukaryotes. They lack cell walls. They are heterotrophs, so directly or indirectly depending on plants for food. Mode of nutrition is holozoic, that is they ingest the food. They do have a digestive system. They show great variations in form, structure and reproduction. Higher forms show well-developed organ systems. Reproduction is by sexual methods, by fertilization and embryological development. Kingdom Animalia includes various phyla like the phylum Porifera, Coelenterata, Ctenophora, Platyhelminthes, Aschelminthes, Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata, Hemichordata and Chordata. Whittaker excluded some acellular organisms like viruses in his five kingdom classification. Viruses did not find a place in his classification as they are not truly living. The viruses are non-cellular organisms which are characterized by having an inert crystalline structure outside the living cell. The word virus means poisonous fluid or venom. In 1892, D.J. Ivanovsky found out that the virus causes diseases in tobacco plants. And Martinus Beijerinck in 1898 showed that the extract of the infected tobacco plants cause infections in healthy plants, and called the fluid as infectious living fluid. W.M. Stanley in 1935 showed that viruses could be crystallized. They are inert outside a host cell, so they are obligate parasites. So virus is defined as submicroscopic entity consisting of a single nucleic acid surrounded by a protein coat and capable of replication only when it is in the living cells of bacteria, plants, or animals. Now we'll see the characteristics of viruses. Viruses cannot be observed using a simple light microscope. They have no internal cellular structures. They contain either DNA or RNA, but not both. They are incapable of metabolism, and these are very smaller than bacteria. They replicate only inside living cells. Viruses lack cellular organelles. The RNA may be single or double stranded. Bacteriophages have double stranded DNA. The virus has a protective protein coat, the capsid, made of many identical protein subunits, the capsomeres, which protect the genetic material. These capsomeres are arranged in helical or polyhedral geometric forms. In some viruses, like the coronavirus causing the pandemic COVID-19, there is a lipid containing membrane that surrounds the virus particles. The envelope is located outside the capsid. In case of coronavirus, glycoprotein spikes project from the envelope, and these spikes can be used to attach to the host cell. The virus that infects a bacterial cell is called bacteriophage, means bacteria eaters. These are large complex viruses with a characteristic head and tail structure. The double-stranded DNA contains many genes. The DNA is present in the head part. The capsid is polyhedral and tail sheath is helical. The tail has hollow tubes through which the nucleic acid passes during infections. Viruses cause diseases like smallpox, chickenpox, measles, mumps, herpes, polio, AIDS, etc. And COVID-19 is the latest addition to the list. Now, viroids. Viroid was discovered by T.O. Diener in 1971. They are still smaller than viruses. They lack a capsid and no proteins associated with them. The nucleic acid that infects is a free RNA of low molecular weight. They have been identified as causing potato spindle fiber disease and citrus exocortis disease. Whitaker excluded Another group of organisms from his five kingdom classification, that is the lichens. Lichen is a structurally organized entity consisting of the permanent symbiotic association of a fungus and an alga. The algal component is called as the phycobiont, and the fungal component is called as the mycobiont. In this association, the fungus provides the structural covering that protects the alga from unfavorable conditions. The fungus also traps moisture and anchors the lichen to the substratum. The alga prepares organic food by photosynthesis. Lichens grow from polar region to equator on a very wide range of habitats. There are three main types of lichens on the basis of their habitat, growth, and mode of occurrence. The first kind is the crustose lichen. They have flattened thallus closely attached to the substratum. Example is Graphis lecanora. Then the second type of lichen is foliose lichen. They have flat leaf-like appearance of their thallus with irregular margins. They are attached to the substratum by means of rhizines. These are root-like structures. Example, Parmelia and Physia. Then the third kind is fruticose lichen. They are much branched and bushy in appearance. They may be erect and attached to the substratum by means of their basal ends. Example is Usnea. These lichens are economically very important. Most lichens act as pioneers and establish themselves on bare rocks and mountains and new terrains. They are indicators of air pollution, means they die at higher levels of sulfur dioxide. Lichens are used in medicines and in treatment of various diseases. They yield some useful organic acids like carbonic acid, oxalic acid. The chapter is completed, so all of you please do the exercise of second chapter in your notebooks. Thank you.